I'm 44 years old.
Getting too old for this shit.
Not for me, you're not sure.
I've been able to maintain a six-pack for the last 20 plus years. I've been able to maintain visible abs and, you guessed it, drinking alcohol. There's nothing special about me. However, there is something unique about the way I do things. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through my favorite techniques that I've used to help myself be able to drink alcohol while losing weight. If this stuff works for me, it can work for you too. When you drink, your body treats it like a toxin or a poison. Your liver's main job is to break the poison down and get that shit out of your system as fast as possible. When alcohol is present, your liver is busy processing that first, and it puts digestion of all the shit that you're eating on hold. Your liver is gonna break alcohol into acetaldehyde, which is a toxin. Hopefully I pronounced that right.
Acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde.
Acetaldehyde. Nailed it. This toxin gets converted into a harmless substance called acetate, and it turns into energy or stores it as fat, which we don't want. So when you drink, your liver's busy processing the booze to eliminate it from your body. Here's what happens when you drink while you're eating. Your liver prioritizes alcohol. It's not really focused on digesting your food and turning it into energy. This means that when you order that beer to go along with your cheeseburger, it's gonna have a much higher chance of going right to your love handle.
It's chump.
But if you eat first, you're gonna give your liver a chance to digest your food, and this is gonna slow the absorption of alcohol in your system. This minimizes its shitty effects on your blood sugar and your metabolism. Also, a balanced meal is gonna be able to help you reduce your hunger cravings because it stabilizes your hunger hormones like leptin and ghrelin. We all know that drinking on an empty stomach can also get you drunk much quicker, so keep that in mind. When I drink after my meal. When I drink, I get dehydrated. Dehydration can slow down your metabolism. Thirst can also sometimes make you feel like you're hungry, even when you're not. Booze can also lower your willpower. So for that reason, less willpower is gonna make you feel like ordering that extra large burrito, and it's kind of hard to say no to it. So we want more willpower, right? So drink water. It helps your body be able to handle alcohol and avoid fat storage because it fights dehydration, controls your appetite, and slows down the absorption. So tip number 2, I drink a glass of water before my first drink, and I drink a glass of water in between my drinks. Remember, we just talked about combining food with alcohol, right? Sugar is a carbohydrate, and carbohydrates are calories. Since your liver is busy processing the booze over the other nutrients, the sugar from all these mixers that you're drinking is more likely to be stored as fat, especially around your midsection. When you add sugar to your drinks, your body uses the extra water to metabolize the sugar, and sugary drinks cause rapid blood sugar spikes followed by crashes. So honestly, I just try to avoid adding sugar to my drinks altogether. That is, unless I'm wanting big love handles and I'm wanting to wake up next morning feeling and looking like a dumpster fire. I avoid ordering alcohol with sugary mixers because I want to stay lean. So generally speaking, it takes a 200-pound man about 1 to 1.5 hours to fully process one standard drink, whether that's a shot of liquor, a glass of wine, or a beer. This is because a standard drink contains roughly the same amount of alcohol regardless of the type of beverage. How much I drink depends on how long I need to process the booze out of my system. So generally, I'll limit myself to probably 2 or 3 drinks. That's because it allows me to get a buzz, and it also allows my body to process everything so it isn't stored as fat, or at least gives myself the best chance. I like to stop drinking alcohol 2 to 3 hours before bed. You ever go to bed drunk and expect to be functioning on all cylinders in the morning? I did. One time I was in Bethesda, Maryland for a national sales meeting. It was my first week on the job, by the way. And the last night of the meeting, the CEO decided to take us all to a bar. And guess what? There's an open tab. So I decided, hey, it's a good idea to match him drink for drink. To my credit, we didn't even go that hard. I think I had around 4 or 5 drinks the entire night. When I was done, I go back to my hotel around midnight, pack my suitcase, and set my alarm for around 6 a.m. So that's when my flight was, and I was flying back to San Diego. The next morning, I ended up waking at 8 a.m. I look around the room with bloodshot eyes, forgetting where the hell I am. My phone has 9 or 10 missed calls with a bunch of text messages. I missed my flight home and spent most of the day in the airport talking to personnel, trying to convince them to put me on a different flight so I could fly back across the country and make it home. Lesson learned. Alcohol may help you fall asleep faster, but it disrupts your REM sleep. Remember, REM is super important if you're trying to get lean because it's super critical for memory, mood, recovery, and many more things. So when I stop drinking around 3 hours before sleep, I honestly feel like it gives my body the best chance to process everything. It helps me be able to stay lean and just helps me feel better overall, especially when I've been drinking. Tip number 6, when I drink booze, I like drinking an electrolyte supplement before I go to bed. If you get nothing else from this video and you want to avoid hangovers, do not forget this one. Drinking electrolytes with around 20 ounces of water before I go to bed, it really helps me replenish lost minerals and restores your body's balance. Electrolyte supplements really help my body bounce back after drinking, and here's why. These products, if you find the right one, contain things like magnesium, zinc, sodium, and potassium to help your body replenish what you've lost. And they also help you stay hydrated. And I've already talked about how important this is if you want to stay lean. The one I like best is called Electra Shred by a company called Unmatched Supplements. It includes everything you need, and honestly, all their flavors are pretty good, guys. They're delicious. I like the orange mango one the best, and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. But feel free to research them and find the one you like the best. Tip number 7, now this is a bonus tip, but what do you do if you decide to drink before eating? I know I said to have a drink after you eat. If you're one of those folks who do make the mistake of drinking before you eat, what do? Here's 2 rules I follow. 1, I only like to have 1 drink because knocking back booze on an empty stomach speeds up absorption, so I'm more likely to get wrecked sooner, right? And 2, I wait 1 to 2 hours before eating my meal. Remember how I said it takes 1 to 1.5 hours to process 1 drink? This timing usually works perfectly well for me, so I can process the booze before eating. These 2 rules allow me to be able to handle any situation that involves drinking, and I'm able to have a good time and I'm able to stay lean. So if you want to enjoy drinking alcohol and stay lean, follow these tips. I've been following these rules for the last 20 years, and it's allowed me to be able to keep my abs while being able to have fun. Now, obviously, it goes without saying, if you want to get jacked and look your best, or give yourself the opportunity and chance to look the best choice is to try to avoid alcohol altogether. The point I'm making with you here is not about giving up alcohol, it's about being smarter with it. These tips are gonna help you stay lean and in control. If you're interested in more stuff like this, check out my video, The Top 5 Fitness Hacks Every Successful Entrepreneur Needs to Know. These tips are gonna be super helpful for you if you're trying to get abs and you honestly just don't have much time. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.